up on the ground. If you're watching this later on recording, you might need a dumbbell if you want them for squats, and you might need a mini band if you have one. We do 10 glute bridges to start. So we're going to push into the heels, lift the hips to the ceiling, take a look up, make sure you can see the top of your thighs so that we're not bridging up too high. We want to keep that upper back flat on the mat. And you have 10 of these, squeezing your booty, trying to get some blood flowing through the back of the body, and then of course loosening up through the hips and the pelvis. Once we've done 10 bridges, we're going to flip it over onto hands and knees. Hands below the shoulders, knees below hips. So we're going to go 5 cat-cows. So we're rounding it up, and then we're dropping it down, lifting the head, neck, shoulders. We do 5 of those. Oh yeah, so even though it's early, at least for those of us on live, might still be a little tight already in that low back, so we're kind of exaggerating this here. We have 5 of those. From here, once you've finished your 5 cat-cow, you come down to your forearms. One hand behind the head, we're going to rotate the shoulder. So the elbow points to the ceiling, and we're kind of loosening up that upper body. 8 of those on each side. So today's class is a strength class. We call this Strength 1. And we have 4 supersets today. A superset is 2 exercises back to back with minimal rest. And then we'll do 3 rounds of that superset before we move on to the next. Not a lot of high impact today, just a little bit at the end if you're okay to do high impact. Mostly we're going to get strength. We're going to work the whole body. And we are going to do push-ups today. We're going to do squats. Lots of good strength exercises. There's Laura. Let me let Laura in. All right, after we finish our T-spine, we come back to hands and knees. We're going to go into bird dog. Say, Laura. One arm, one leg, extend and reach. So as we go into bird dogs, that leg straight out. So you're squeezing your butt, you're pushing through the heel, draw your belly button into your spine, and then the arms just reaching, fingers long, press down into the hand that's on the ground. We have 10 on each side. Our goal here is to stay as centered as we can, and then keep drawing up through the core. Flatten your low back up to the ceiling. Nice and slow. Try not to sag, try not to rush. These should be very slow and controlled. We're going to do 10 on each side. I never count, but I think I always stand up too early. So I'm going to make sure you guys get your 10. And then when you are ready, you'll go ahead and come to standing. And we'll all meet together standing. From here, we're going to go arm circles back for 10. So big reach back. I always show multiple levels for everything that we do. So, you know, if we were here in person, here at Fitness Evolution, we usually determine what we believe is the level for you, and then of course we keep track. So we tell you what to do. Here, virtually, go ahead and reverse that, bring it forward. We kind of have to put a little more onus on y'all to know which exercise to select, which difficulty level, and so on. So know that everything that I show is an option, but doesn't mean it's what you have to do. You've got to pick the level that's best. So if it's something new that you've not done with us before, probably start with that lower level. From here, we're going to do a mobility exercise. We call these toe touch squats. Feet are about hips distance. Arms start up in the air. You're going to round it forward. You can round your back, you can bend your knees, get your toes. Arms stay inside the legs. Drop the butt, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Right arm, left arm, stand up. So we go down. We do 5 of these. Tuck and lift. Ooh, a spider's crawling across my mat. Ew, that's so gross. It's like one of those skinny spiders, though. I hate spiders. I hate insects. Ooh, I'm gonna let him live, though. Oh, gross. One more. Down and around, tuck and lift. And then last exercise of our warm-up is called a gate opener. And that's just up and around. So we're just gonna lift it, rotate it, set it down. When you're doing that gate opener, got 10 on each side, try to think about posture, core stability already right away. We're keeping everything as tight as we can so that we're not loose and sloppy, right? I talk always about ribs pulling towards hips, nice flat core. In everything we do, it's like every exercise is a plank, and then we just add to it. So our first set of 2 exercises, we're gonna do a version of a squat, and then we're gonna do push-ups. I will give you lots of options for push-ups. And then of course, Tiff, you're doing your band pull apart, which I'll show here as well for anyone watching this later for whom push-ups are not appropriate for whatever reason. Last one on each side. Everything today is timed except for the push-ups. So I'll tell you when to start and stop. With our squat, we're gonna do a little bit of a pulse with our squat today. So we're gonna squat down, little bounce, and then stand up. That would be level 1. And of course you can level this by not going quite so deep. But level 1 is body weight, little bit of a lift and up. Level 2 is to hold a dumbbell. So if you've been squatting with weight, you want to hold a dumbbell. It's touching at the top and the bottom, elbows in, shoulders back, bounce, bounce, and up. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Feet are about hips distance apart, toes up off the ground, ready, and we go. So we're going to sit down and back, tuck your tail, lift your butt a little bit, back down, and then up. Laura, you could do glute bridges, unless that feels okay to do a little bit of a small squat. She's good, okay, good. I kind of forgot, my apologies about that, yeah. But I think it's good if you're starting to get back to it, just working on that range. Very nice, you guys. I'm sure I'm having wardrobe difficulties, but you guys look good. So we're halfway done. You're starting to challenge maybe the depth a tiny bit as long as you're sitting back in your heels, keeping your spine long, but you can lean forward. You know, my hips are super tight right now, so I've got to lean pretty far forward in my squat, but I'm still keeping my spine long. Remember that we're lifting and lowering your butt on that pulse and not bouncing in through your knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish that last one. Okay, let's talk push-ups quickly. When we do push-ups, we want our hands to be slightly outside our shoulders, and then my elbows are flared, like an arrow position. There are multiple ways to do this. You could start with a wall. You could find a piece of furniture that will support you and do it here. You can also do the floor or your knees. If you are doing floor, knees, piece of furniture, no matter where you are, start with a high plank position. Hands below shoulders, pulled in tight. Then either set your knees down or go right into your push-up. You're gonna do 10 of those. Your count, your pace. If anyone is not to do push-ups because you have shoulder issues or chest injury, you can do a band pull apart, which looks like this. Where we're just pulling the hands away from each other, and we'll do 10 of those. So when you do your push-ups, remember that the foundation of the push-up is the plank. So we want to be really tight, really flat. Don't be afraid to try to use like a piece of furniture instead of going to the floor. Squeeze your butt. Exhale, press your hands down. Nice work. Good, Laura. Awesome. You guys are great. Once you finish 10, you can pop up, grab a drink of water. Most of you guys know it's always my preference to do push-ups elevated before we go down to the floor, before we do knees. But when you're at home, you only have so many options. If you don't have a piece of furniture that won't roll away, you kind of got to do what you got to do. So just be sure if you're doing knee push-ups, you're keeping that nice flat tight core. So that's superset number 1. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we're coming back to our squat, either body weight or the dumbbell. When you do that pulse, it's a little lift and lower of your butt. Finish your squat by pulling your ribs into your spine and tucking your butt so you're nice and flat. 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, you go. So sit down and back, little pulse, all the way up. If I'm using body weight, I really like arms out so you can sit away from it. If I'm holding a dumbbell, Elbows tucked in against my body to support that weight. Shoulder blades back. Take your chin and just lower it a half an inch. We all tend to squat with our chins up in the air because our necks are tight. So set that chin down a little bit. And then that bounce is coming from your butt lifting and lowering and not forward into your knees. So everybody sit back on the heels. Nice, good. Allie looks good. Very nice, Laura. Yeah. Now's the time. See if y'all can get centimeter lower in your squat. 10 more seconds. Push that. Yes, Allie, very nice. It comes from the mind. You got to let the mind tell the body. You can get down a little tiny bit lower. All right, relax. Set that weight down. Find your push-up position, whether you're on a wall, on a furniture, on a floor. Starting that high plank. So hands are a little wider than shoulders. We're pulling tight. Tuck the ribs, tuck the tail. If I'm going to my knees, I'm going to start in that high plank. And then set my knees down from there so that I still have that core engagement from my plank. Exhale, crush your arms away. Out. Ooh, nice work. Allie, separate your hands a little wide, like almost as wide as that mat. Trust me. Give your shoulders a little more room. Yeah, there you go. Nice work, y'all. So you have 10, and then from there, grab a quick drink of water. We're going to do one more round. Awesome job. This last set of squats, challenge your depth a little bit, tiny bit. So we're going to get a tiny bit lower. Oftentimes there's a point when you squat where your mind tells your body like, okay, that's good, stop right there. And you can almost always get a tiny bit farther down, you know, barring any knee issues or injuries. You almost always get lower. Let's go, last set of squats. 1 minute, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So, we're gonna take it down. Lift your butt, lower your butt, press through your heels, tuck your rib cage at the top. Sit down and back, a little pulse. Beautiful, yes you guys. Yeah, there you go, Allie, that's what I'm talking about. You have the mobility. You just have to push it from your mind a little bit. Yes, girl, there you go. Fantastic. So we have this point, this stopping point where it's just your brain's way of trying to prevent you from getting hurt, which is cool. But as long as you do it slowly, you're like, okay, this is okay. The more you get low, the more often you'll kind of break that barrier, and then that limit where your body wants to stop becomes lower than it is right now. Strong work, you guys. You have 10 seconds. Make sure the weight's back in the heels and the toes are up. Allie, those are the best squats I've seen you do, girl. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody relax. Set that weight off to the side. You've got 10 push-ups or band pull aparts, remembering that that is an option for those for whom push-ups are not a good idea. And then we're finding that I personally set my arms a little wider than my shoulders. Just gives my chest more room. It just depends on what you got going on. But remembering that, if I looked at you from above, you'd be an arrow and not a T. Draw your core in tight, shoulders down your back. Exhale, press away. Beautiful. Everybody can and should do push-ups. Just gotta work on it. Little bit at a time. Awesome work, guys. Quick drink of water. If you finish your push-ups and you are someone who uses weight for your single leg deadlift, go ahead and find your single leg deadlift weight. If you were doing single leg deadlifts with us here in studio, I would still go a little lighter on weight than you were here, so 10 pounds maybe at most. So single leg deadlift or single leg reach is probably one of the more complicated exercises. If we are not using weight, you are a beginner to these. 2 options for beginning level. The first one is if you really struggle with balance. Keep your right foot forward, your left foot back. Bend into your right knee and hinge forward, keeping your back flat. So I'm looking for this straight line from the hips to the shoulders, and I'm pushing into my right side booty, and then maybe I'm gonna just come up from there. So this would be beginner level 1. Level 2, we're gonna reach the arm forward, lift the back leg, Push back into your hip and try to keep your back level. Level 3, my people who do these with weights, the weight is in the opposite hand. So if my right leg is down, I'm holding the dumbbell in my left hand. I'm leaning forward, sitting back, the weight slides inside the leg. And press down with the foot and lift. So everybody, we're going to start with right foot. I'll show the levels from the beginning again. Because if you're doing advanced, you already know this. But if you're not doing advanced, this may be new to you. And I'll move just a tiny bit closer. So, right foot forward or down. If you are going back with the leg, the left leg's in the air, the left arm is reaching. Ready, and right leg. So, if I'm keeping my foot down, I'm reaching forward. Push your butt back, push your butt back, push your butt back. Then drive up through the right leg. If I'm coming off the ground with that leg, push your butt back. Push your butt back, bend your knee, flat back. Yeah, if I'm using a weight, so Allie's put the weight in your other hand. So we want the weight in the hand of the leg that's in the air. Yes. And I'm reaching, if I'm reaching without a weight, I'm reaching the hand of the leg that's in the air. The biggest, most important piece of this is that your shoulders and hips stay level, so we never want the shoulders below the hips. So if you're leaning too far forward, then your shoulders are, go ahead and relax, then your shoulders are dropping below the hips. So for most people, that means about mid-shin is the depth of the arm or the weight. Any lower than that, and suddenly I've got low back problems. All right, switch feet, same thing, other side. Left foot, down, right leg back or up. Ready? Here we go. So maybe I'm going to work on just leaning forward, pressing my chest up, bending that left leg. Drive your left foot down through the floor. If my right leg's in the air, my right arm is reaching long, press that left leg down through the floor. If you have a dumbbell, it's in your right hand. You're keeping it close to your body. And then you just want to think shoulders and hips stay level. Strong work. Your hips have got to move backwards on this. We're not just trying to get to the floor. We're not reaching for the floor so much as we're pushing back and hinging at the hips. Strong work. 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish that last one. Awesome. All right, we're going to take it down to the floor, this next exercise. Working the upper back and shoulders. You're going to be in face down position. Arms out, head down. Squeeze your butt so tight and keep your legs glued to the mat. We're going to make an I, a Y, and a T with the arms. Here we go. I, Y, T. So basically face down, I'm keeping my head in line, make an I, make a Y, make a T. It's got to come from your shoulder blades. All right, I'll tell you where to go, but then come face down, arms out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. If you are watching this on record and you are not to be lying on your stomach for certain reasons, you can do this in a tall kneel or standing. But you gotta pull your shoulder blades down and together. So you got a couple ladies who are expecting, who are not gonna be lying face down. Here's where you're at. Everybody, pull your shoulder blades together down your back. Keep your head down. It's not a big movement of the chest and shoulders. It's a lift of the upper back with the arms. 10 seconds. Definitely a tricky thing to get, but really good for that upper back. Squeeze your butt. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Go ahead and stand up. All right, back to our single leg deadlift or our single leg reach. Remember that you need water. You can grab it at any time. I'm going to be right here. So right foot first, which means either your weight is in your left hand or you're reaching with your left hand. The left leg is back or in the air. Shoulders down the back. Think chest out, chin down. Eyes look at the floor as you come forward. 3, 2, 1. So that back heel and the front arm, if you're not holding weight, are reaching away from each other. And we're pushing back into our butt. Rib cage to spine. I like that opposite arm out to the side. Y'all know it helps with balance. If you're holding a weight, then your heel and the crown of your head are reaching away from each other. We're gonna settle back into that hip. So push back into that right hip, bend the right knee, then press down into your right leg. Hey, buddy. We got a visitor. 10 seconds, you got it. Sit back, sit back, sit back. You're trying to keep your pelvis square. 4, 3, 2, finish that last one. Switch sides. So think about your pelvis, your hip bones like they had headlights. And both headlights have to shine at the floor the whole time. Left leg, ready, here we go. So maybe I'm gonna keep my right foot down, or maybe I'm gonna float it up. I'm gonna reach my right arm. If I'm holding a dumbbell, that weight slides inside the leg. Push back into your butt. Eyes follow down to the floor. Shoulders and hips level. Yeah, there you go, guys. Beautiful. Laura looks great. Tiff, really nice. Good. Allie, very nice. Lauren, tuck your rib cage to your spine. Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. Yeah, good. Then Allie, I think try to roll your shoulders down and back just a little bit more with that dumbbell. Strong work, guys. 3, 2, 1, relax. And then Tracy, I just couldn't see you. It's not that you're not doing awesome. If I don't call your name, it's only because I can't see you. But you guys are all doing great. So we're back in that face down. Or remember, if you cannot lie on your stomach, you can do this standing. Head is down. We make an I. We make a Y, we make a T. Squeeze your butt as hard as you can. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So, my eyes are down. I'm going to sit up while I do this so I can talk at the same time. I'm squeezing my butt super hard. Squeeze your butt. Root your legs down. Chin down to your chest. Shoulder blades. So try to think of this as the smallest little motion. You're barely drawing that I, that Y, and that T. You're pulling your shoulder blades together. 20 seconds. Yes, there you go. That's good. Very nice. 15 seconds. So like when we come to that T, we shouldn't be flying with the hands going above the back. It should be even with the side of your body. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. If you need water, grab it. We do have to do one more set of our single leg reach and our IYT. It's a devious little exercise, but it's good for that upper back. If I'm having neck pain, back pain, that's a good exercise for that. All right, last set, single leg, right foot first. So the weight would be in the left hand if we're holding weight, or we're reaching the left hand. You gotta push back into that hip. Ready? Here we go. So we're gonna reach the crown of the head forward. We're gonna sit back into that right hip. Press the right foot down. Like you were growing through the floor. So chest is out, chin is down. Push the weight back, 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 back. Think less about reaching forward or trying to get to the ground, and think more about trying to get your right hip or your right booty to like tap the wall behind you. Sounds kind of crazy, but that's where it's at. Good work. You guys look great. 15 seconds. We're almost done. Last set of these. Really take your time. Yeah, beautiful. Strong work. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to switch sides. So simply put that weight in the other hand. Left foot. Ready we go. So we're going to sit back. Chest out, but chin down. Push that left hip back. Then imagine, if there's a spotlight on my right hip bone, is it shining on the floor? Or is it shining off to the side? So a lot of times we open and rotate. That's just because your hips are tight. The way to correct that is to bend your left knee more. Beautiful. Nice, Laura. Tiff looks great. Hi, puppy doggy. We love seeing the dogs. This is my favorite thing. Nice. Good, Allie. Looking strong. There you go. Yes, Lauren. That's what we're talking about. Nice back. 5, 4. Nice, Tracy. 3, 2, 1. We're going face down. IYT. I saw Heidi move to the noon class. Heidi's normally on in this class, and she has the little brand new puppy. And we just like to watch the puppy. Although I just watched the puppy for an hour. Who wants to work out? Just kidding. Face down. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Keep your legs down. Eyes down. We go I, Y, toes barely inches from the ground, and we're squeezing your shoulder blades. Pull them down your back. Open them up. Squeeze up. We're trying to get some mobility through the upper back and shoulders, and that's an area that gets very tight and doesn't typically move very well, 20 seconds. And that's what we're trying to work on in this exercise. You got it. We have 15 seconds here. Awesome. Last 10. Stay with it. Keep it just that small. Allie, that looks great. She's the only one I can see, so she gets the gold star. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice work. So listen, we got 2 down, we got 2 to go. Supersets. Grab a quick drink of water. If you have a mini loop band, grab it. If you don't, this exercise is going to look the same without the band, so you can skip the band if you don't have one, and it won't be a problem. But the first thing we're going to do is to place that band low on the legs so that it is just above the ankles. And we're going to do side leg lift. So we're a little bent at the knees and at the hips, just a little bit, especially if your low back is real cranky right now. Try to stand up a little straighter and tuck your tailbone underneath. We're gonna be putting almost all of our weight on our left leg, and if you have no mini band, don't even let your right leg touch the ground. So we're gonna bend that left leg, tuck the tail, and then this right leg is lifting. Now notice how small this is, and that I'm not leaning to the side. It's super tiny. So if I have no band, it's gonna look exactly like this, and maybe I'm not even gonna let that right leg touch the ground. Right leg only. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I don't like to have no head to back up, so you can see the top, so you can see my face. You got it. So tiny. Tuck your ribs forward. We're using this outer thigh, the hip, the glute. Toes and knees are pointing straight forward. That's another thing. Sometimes we see this kind of opening up. Rotate everything to the front. The headlights on your hip bones are pointing straight ahead. And this is so small. Shouldn't have to do anything up in that torso. It's just this tiny little lift. And then if you don't have a band, you have to really watch so that it doesn't go too high with your legs, since you don't have the band to pull you back. So keep it so small. Last one. Switch sides. Just shift your weight onto your right foot. Left leg lift. Ready, we go. So we're going to lift and lower. Pull it in. So if, like many of us, your low back is kind of cranky, got to think about tucking from the front and bringing the ribs towards the hips, but also bringing that tailbone underneath a little bit. So we might be a little tight back there, so we got to give it a little extra focus so we don't end up blocking that back up. Woo, you got 15 seconds, left leg lift, no leaning. Yeah, it's that tiny, it's that small. Take a look down, is my toe pointing forward? Oh yeah, it's good. Awesome. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that band off. We are going to do versions of side planks, but if you do not do side planks because you have shoulder issues, you will do a split stance dumbbell hold. So really quickly, a split stance hold is here. Tuck it, hold the weight, press it out. And you're just gonna hold that while we all hold side plank, while we're tucking in, pulling downwards in. And then you would switch feet when we switch sides. I'll go back over that, but if you're not doing side planks because you have shoulder issues, that's what our modification is. Everybody else, we're gonna come down onto the ground. Drop that elbow below the shoulder, make sure it's lying straight up. Side plank options. Bottom leg bent, top leg straight lift. Bottom leg straight, top leg kickstand lift, or full side plank. All right, pick your level. We'll start there, and then I'll talk about that dumbbell hold. 3, 2, 1, side plank. So maybe I'm gonna bend my bottom leg with my hips. Maybe I can go next level and kickstand my top leg with my hips. If my hips are stacked, roll that top hip forward. If you're doing that dumbbell hold, elbows are a little bent. Shoulders down, so like Tiff, bend your arms a tiny bit. Yeah, there you go. And imagine, no matter whether you're side planking or dumbbell holding, everything's pulling into the middle of your body except your arms. Your arms are reaching away. Everything else, your butt, your tailbone, your ribs, your middle, 10 seconds, is pulling in towards the middle of your body. The arms are pulling away. 3, 2, 1. So relax your arms if you're holding a dumbbell. Switch your feet. My side plankers are going to come to the opposite arm. And then remember, we've got bottom leg bent, top leg straight. We've got kickstand this way, or you've got full side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lift. So arms are big, reaching. If we're holding a dumbbell, your arms are pressing away, but just make sure your elbows stay bent. And then everything else, whether we're planking or not planking, we are pulling everything in towards the middle of the body. So we're tucking the tailbone. Squeeze your butt. Don't forget to squeeze your butt. That is, even in a side plank, that is so important. We're tucking that booty forward. Rib cage into the spine. You guys look awesome. Reach those arms big. Yeah, shoulders down the back. Woo, 10 seconds, you're almost there. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, so we're coming back to that band. So stand up, grab water if you need it. We got side leg lifts. Strong work. Very nice. We got 2 more sets. The side leg lift and then the side plank or that dumbbell hold, which is always an option. So from here on out, you'll know that if you're not side planking, do that split stance hold. All right, so our band is going to go just above our ankles. We're going to start with our weight on the left foot. We're lifting the right leg in the air. Remember, most of our weight is here. Small lift. 3, 2, 1. We go. Lift and lower. Yeah. So whether you have a band or no band, your challenge today is to float that right leg and not let it touch the ground. Now, you can modify that by letting it touch if you need to, but if we can keep all the weight on this left side without leaning, without having any movement really through the torso, we're really working this left leg, which is what we're after. Right leg's getting a little sure right here, but I want that left leg to party too. You got it, 15 seconds, tuck it, squeeze. Ooh, make sure that toe's still pointing straight forward. Less than 10, stay with it, breathe. 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take it to the other side. Tuck your tailbone, shoulders down your back, little bend in that right leg. And here we go, left leg float. Remember, with no band, it almost becomes harder to keep this small because there's no resistance stopping the lift of that leg. So if I'm not using a band, I've got to keep all that control myself through my hip, which you can do. Just focus on keeping it small and then making sure that we're not like lifting up through the side of the body. It's just that side of the leg that's moving. 15 seconds. I sometimes feel like that can be more challenging because you really have to think about this and the band isn't there to kind of pull it back for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take it down to the ground if you're side planking. If not, we're going to hold that dumbbell out in front. All of your options still apply with side plank. Take the one that suits you best. Make sure that you drop that elbow right underneath your shoulder. Sometimes I see folks with this elbow way out here. That's a lot of pressure in your shoulder joint. Pull it underneath. All right, we go. 3, 2, 1. So lift those hips. If you're holding that dumbbell, press that dumbbell out. Here's level 1 with my knee down. Level 2, I'm going to kickstand my legs. So maybe we can come here if we're not quite ready for full side plank. It gives you a little support. Maybe I'm in that full side plank. 15 seconds. Tuck everything in towards the middle. So if you're holding a dumbbell or you're side planking, arms are big and reaching and expanding, but everything else is pulling in and holding. We have 3, 2, 1. Relax. Switch sides. So we're coming on to that forearm, or you're just going to switch your feet. 3, 2, 1, and we lift and hold. So remember, you've got these options in your side plank, but you're doing whatever you did on the opposite side. Everybody, open the arms, pull your shoulder blades down your back. So when we do that dumbbell hold, we always think about pulling the shoulder blades down. You got to do that in your side plank too, so that we're kind of keeping the chest open, the shoulders down, and then everything else, tuck it. Less than 10 seconds. You got it. that side leg lift. And then after this, we have one more set of 2, goes pretty fast. We started a little late, so we'll be just past 9:15. But if you're watching on recording, it should still be about just 45 minutes for the workout, and then 3 to 4 minutes of stretching. Yes. Last set of these, remember, if you have no band, we're just going to keep all that control, keep this tiny, make your own band in your mind. Left leg down, right leg float. Ready, we go. So, notice, yes, you guys look beautiful. Everybody looks perfect. You do have to, since you're only weighted on your left leg. You're on a slight angle. But what we're not doing is leaning with this right leg. Just lifting through that hip, keeping the hip square, tucking the tailbone, pulling all that in, float that leg. Yeah, see if you can let that leg never touch the ground. And then toes point forward. If you're not using a band, slow. So, especially without a band, I always like to slow down the lower. So lift and then slow. 4, 3, 2, finish it. Switch sides, right foot down. Left leg float. Ready, we go. Tuck that tailbone, sweep it. So it's coming from right here. This booty cheek, this side of the hip, that left side. And then right leg is working because right leg is bent. And all your weight is on your right leg. And nothing above the hips has to move. Now the arms can do what they do. Whatever feels comfortable. Some people like to put them on hips, which I really do like because it helps you think stable. Some people like to kind of balance. Whatever works, but that left leg is floating. 15 seconds. If you have no band, slow down that lower. Take a look down. Make sure the toes pointing forward so the hips aren't turning out. We want to get those hips turning out, straight on. It might mean it's a smaller motion. That's okay. Last one. Nice job. All right, we're going to take it down to the ground for that last side plank, or you're holding your dumbbell. One more of each, and then one more superset. This is it. We're almost done today. So everybody think chest out a little bit, shoulders down the back, chin tucked up. 3, 2, 1. So maybe I'm lifting into that side plank, maybe I'm pulling that dumbbell out. Either way, tuck your butt, tailbone in and under. So if you are in a side plank, you want to imagine that we could put you right in between 2 walls. Everything is in line. From your toes to the top of your head, so the butt is pushed forward. We're nice and straight, ribs pulling in. Arms are reaching, reach, reach, reach. If you are doing that dumbbell hold, you're tucking everything into the middle, but the arms are going in the opposite direction. Everybody rest, switch sides. Good work. Last one, faux show. So maybe we're side planking, maybe we're gonna hold that dumbbell. Get focused, last one, 3, 2, 1. Lift, hold, reach, squeeze. Chin is down so that the eyes are level. So if I'm side planking, my eyes are looking straight ahead. Shoulders back, lift, pull it all in. My dumbbell holding people, tuck your tailbone underneath you a little bit. So like your butt is pushing forward and your rib cage is coming down, and then bend your elbows just a tiny bit. You got it, you guys. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody rest. Okay, grab a quick drink of water. This last superset's gonna go fairly quickly. It's 2 exercises. One is for heart rate, so one's cardio-ish, and then the other is stability control. I am going to show you both, and then we'll just go through it because I want to show the modification for the second exercise, so we can just move through it real fast while you guys are resting right now. So high knees is the first one. High knees, low impact is here, knees coming to the chest, arms over the legs, core is tight, so we're not doing this. We're just straight up and down. High impact high knees is here. The second exercise is a walkout, where we come down, hit the floor, walk it all the way out, high plank, hold for a count. Making sure not to sag or drop your hips. If I high plank, we come all the way back in and up. If for whatever reason walkouts are not going to work for you, you're going to do a dead bug on the floor. Arms and legs up. Reach the arm and the leg out, switch sides. Pull your belly button in, flat to the ground, so we're not arching in the back. That's our 2. Only do the dead bug if walkouts are not good for your shoulders, your core, your low back, your body weight, anything like that. All right, high knees for 30, walkouts for 45. 3 rounds, and then we're done. Pick your level on the high knees. The goal is to get your heart rate up. 3, 2, 1, we go. So here's high, here's low. Low impact high knees can still be high intensity if we pull the belly button into the spine, if we get those arms going over the leg. If we're doing high impact, we're trying to get the knees to the belly button, pump the arms. One or the other, doesn't matter. Your level, your impact. 10 seconds here, keep pushing. You got it, you guys, it's so short, so go all the way in. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're not doing walkouts, you're on the floor with that dead bug. Walkouts, 3, 2, 1. You go all the way down, crawl it out. Find high plank, draw your belly button in, draw your hips down, and then walk it all the way back, stand all the way up. Yeah, if you're watching this, you're like, I'm not doing that. You have that dead bug. Opposite arm, opposite leg reaching, drawing your belly button into your spine. You guys are halfway there. When you're walking out, what I want you to think of as your body gets straight is to tuck your butt underneath you, press down into your hands. 10 seconds. Make sure you bend your knees. The goal is not to do this with straight legs. Your knees can and should bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, finish it. Awesome. All right, 2 more rounds of that. And then we'll be right on time considering that we started a tiny bit late. High knees, so remember, low impact, or if you're good for high, do the high. It's 30 seconds, it's short, all the way, all your intensity. 3, 2, 1, you go. So here's low. We'll keep those arms coming over the knee. We keep the core tight. That upper body's not moving, shoulders are not coming down. If I'm doing high, same thing. I'm bringing my knees up to meet my belly button. Yes, 15 seconds, go, go, go. You guys are awesome. We have 10. Go all the way. It's so short. You want to spike that heart rate. 3, go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Catch your breath while you're walking. If you're doing the dead bug on the floor, hit the floor. 3, 2, 1. We're walking out. So take it down. Crawl it out. Come to high plank. Tuck your butt. Pull your shoulders down. And then reverse it. If walkouts are not going to work for you at any point in time, you can come to a dead bug where we're flat on the ground. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reach and extend. The goal on both, whether you're doing a walkout or you're on your back on the ground, is to not allow your low back to arch. So when you're walking out, we're resisting gravity so the hips don't drop. We're finding our high plank. 10 seconds. Anti-extension exercise. Protects that low back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Quick rest. We gotta do one more. One more. High knees, walkouts. It's a minute and 15 seconds of effort. That's it. We are done. We'll stretch and be out of here. All right, big deep breath. High knees, ready to go. So maybe I'm going full out high. Maybe I'm staying with that low impact because that's what serves my body better. Whichever it is, go all in. It's super short. That's why I keep these short, is so we can bust that heart rate up. You shouldn't feel like you can keep doing this for another minute. You've only got 10 more seconds, so stay with it. You got it. Knees up high in front. Come on, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. We're going to do those walk outs or dead bug. Last set. Ready? Go. Take it down and out. Bend your knees. Crawl it all the way out. Flatten out that back. Draw your core in tight. Remember, your goal is to use your core strength to resist gravity so we don't drop our hips. Bring it all the way in and up. 30 seconds. If you're on the ground, opposite arm, opposite leg. We're reaching. Beautiful, strong work. We have 20 seconds here. Awesome job, you guys. Stay with it. 15 seconds. Not meant to be your fastest exercise in the world. 10 seconds. but just strong. Control. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so grab a quick drink of water if you need it. If you gotta run, I get it. We're a little long, but if not, stay. Bye, Laura. Thanks, girl. Stay and stretch. And if you're watching this on the replay, stay and stretch because you are on time. So we're gonna lie all the way back on your back. Left foot down, right leg across. And we're gonna draw that in and hold. So maybe we're gonna very likely grab the left leg, maybe. You could also keep that leg on the ground if we're more comfortable. And we're gonna slow down your breathing. So deep breath, inhale. Big breath out, exhale. Strong work today, guys. Woo, it's always nice to get that little like burst at the end and like, okay. We worked it. Go ahead and switch sides. That is a strength one workout, so that is definitely our Monday style. On Mondays, we're gonna do squats and push-ups and single leg deadlifts. Some type of anti-rotation, like a side plank, not always a side plank. But that's what Mondays look like. You guys know that by now. And we're just going to keep working on that progressively, changing the squat up from time to time. Single leg deadlifts, I feel like we don't need to change them that much because everybody can work on them always. Hug the knees in, roll yourself to seated, legs out in front. You'll just get better and better and better with your form. Right foot over left leg, hug that leg in, sit up tall. Yeah. Awesome job, you guys. It's such a beautiful day. I hope no one's watching this on a replay and it's not a beautiful day. It's nice out today. Hopefully you guys can get outside and take a walk and enjoy this beautiful spring. Go ahead and switch sides. We'll go left foot over right knee. Tomorrow we have circuits. As you know, circuits are a little bit higher intensity, a little bit more cardio for lack of a better word. Definitely totally appropriate to do a circuit workout tomorrow after doing this one today. If you like to come days in a row, totally fine. From here, we're going to go ahead and come to standing, stretch that upper body out. Couple of things to mention as we go into that standing forward reach, draw the belly into the spine. Schedule changes, so we added a 6 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, because Megan is crazy and she wants to get up and do a 6 a.m. class. We could potentially look at a couple of different things. Go ahead and reach back, roll the shoulders down and back. When it comes to this 8:30 time, so a couple people who wanted the 7 said maybe like a 7:30, 7:45, and 8 o'clock might work. I would be open to doing an 8 o'clock, even if it was like a couple days at 8, a couple days at 8:30. So if you guys have thoughts on that, let me know. Right arm across. I don't think I can go me before 8. But once Shannon can hop on with us, maybe we can get something in that 7 to 8 time frame. It's just trying to figure out how schedules are different for people now. You know, it's for years and years and years, I have to switch sides. I've worked on a certain schedule of people's availability and now it's different. So just trying to figure that out. Any thoughts you have, let me know. And then, what else? So 2 things to tell you about for tonight, or today. Come to your flat back and hold. Number 1 is it is Monday, May 4th. So if you're watching live, this will apply. If you're watching on a replay on another day, it won't. But I'm doing a Talk with Your Trainer session at 6 p.m. tonight. And this is, for those of you, I know Allie and Lauren know all about Choose Today coaching. It's kind of more in that style. So if someone's having a struggle, go ahead and deepen your stretch with a certain habit, or they want to ask about workouts. And ways to adjust things. If they want to ask about what it's going to be like here when we reopen. It's just an open office hours conversation time. Go ahead and roll it up. And that'll be at this link. And then the other thing, we are opening registration for Refocus Reset, which is a free accountability program aimed at helping you regain some of your healthy habits. Big deep breath in. I shared that link everywhere and I'll keep doing that. It's free, it's fun, and anyone can do it. So invite everybody you know to take part. It's really important right now to focus on our healthy habits and our routine. Give yourselves a round of applause. I love you all. Let me get this stopped. Thank you for being there.